Alright, so in an activity, you want students to know where there's an educational objective of learning and gaining understanding in a concept. So what I don't want my students to do is think that an activity is just something that you're going to complete, whatever you type in, right or wrong, and just race through to try to get it done. So as a teacher, what I'll do is I'll check parts of the activity that I want to make sure students are understanding and completing correctly. You can do that by clicking on a student, or if I'm looking at this column here, I can see most of my class is done with that. So if I open up slide 1, I can see what all of my students have said, so I would know that this student right here might not understand or hasn't done yet the fitted line or line of best fit for that. So I would go check in with that student and see what's going on. But for the most part, most of the students here have done it correctly. If I got to a point where it seemed like there was a lot of the class struggling with the same thing, what I would then do is pause the activity for everybody, and I would go to pacing, and I would set slide 2 so that all of their computers are going to go to screen 2, and I would also project it up on the screen, and we would talk about that as a class. Likely not giving them the answers or what to do, but maybe giving them better strategies of how to get the correct answer on their own, and then checking in with individual students later that still seem to be having trouble. When that's done, clicking on stop so that it can get them back to where they were last working, or going back to that slide and getting that figured out for themselves. That is one of my favorite features of the Desmos Classroom activity, so that I can use it to allow students to work, but also coming back together as a class and having discussions based on what we're seeing students doing or struggling with.